It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. For Philadelphia, they'd love to get back on a winning track. 7 losses in their last 8 games. That is not going to get it done, and they know it. And tonight, get ready for some highlights. 2 lightning-quick, high-flying clubs. Kenny, when you have teams as athletic as these, how can one side carve out an advantage?
Poise. That's it. You want to be athletic, but you also want to be level-headed. You got to have a combination of the two. You got to execute your plays, and you just don't rely on your physical gifts because that could be detrimental.
And not only that, A&B, FAE.
What's that?
Avoid mistakes, be fast and efficient.
Wow. FMB.
Where did he come up with that?
FAE?
A&B, FAE.
Okay.
Avoid mistakes,
Okay.
be fast and efficient.
God, man, that's quick and fast and
It's
hurry.
going to be an exciting matchup. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
You're the first person who's ever said that.
AMB, FAE.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Wells Fargo Center as the 76ers look to grab a win here in Philadelphia. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Thunder log another stop on their travel schedule in today's matchup. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Hey, Kevin. Sixers coach Brett Brown says that Philadelphia reminds him of his hometown of Boston. He said the city has tremendous pride. The city wants winners. It's a tough, no-nonsense city. Nobody's sugarcoating anything. And I love that because you can just tell it like it is. My responsibility is to produce a team that plays hard. Guys?
Thanks, David. Right on the money. Philly's passion for sports is something that makes them so unique. And about halfway through the season, some teams at the bottom, Doris, they're struggling. So my question to you is, at what point do you suddenly realize, wow, we are truly in rebuild mode?
Well, this is a fascinating part of the NBA at this point. A lot of discussion about super teams, a lot of discussion amongst general managers that we're playing for second. Is that something we want to do? And I think this is an issue the NBA and the collective bargaining agreement is going to have to address long term. There was no cap smoothing, and therefore there was that great influx of money that contributed to the super teams. Can the collective bargaining agreement between the league and the players in the long run afford us some measure of balance in the NBA? It's important, I think, that each organization believe if they're managed correctly, they have a chance for a championship.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Paul George is out there with Anthony, and it's Adams in at the 5 down low. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. Passes it to Anthony. And George kicks to Anthony. The shot's good on the assist by George. Anthony's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Thunder on D. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
The other thing it does, Greg, it opens up the floor, right? The other team had zero answer for their outside shooting in that one.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
I like to watch Russell Westbrook mix it up inside. This guy can jump shoot, drive it, or if you give him a close window, he'll finish that as well.
Here's Philadelphia coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And that can happen on the road. You can get a little bit tight, and often it really shows itself at the free throw line.
It certainly appeared that they let the crowd get to them a little bit. Looked like they were rushing their foul shots, and that can happen. You've got to lock in.
Now here's Westbrook after Ben Simmons' miss. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Just 5 on the clock. That one falls. Westbrook's got his second basket.
You get the sense that Russell Westbrook relishes contact. He is so physically strong.
Simmons on the wing. Now here's Fultz. Defense is right there. Screen by Sharch. The shot by Redick, no good. The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Anthony dishes to George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Ben Simmons. And Paul George, the 10th overall pick in 2010 out of Fresno State. I'm not sure anyone realized, Doris, he'd be this good when he first got into the league.
No, you make a great point, Kev, because the physical tools were there, but his work ethic to keep adding layers to his game has been truly a thing to watch. This guy's got a chance to win league MVP before it's all said and done.
That free throw good from George.
I'll tell you, Paul George continues to get it done. He gets buckets and plays hard-nosed defense. This is a guy you can build your team around.
And both free throws good for Paul George. The one thing we saw with the Thunder last postseason, Doris, is that when Russell Westbrook comes off the floor, this team sometimes lost its direction.
Yeah, but now with Paul George in the fold, it makes sense to stagger their minutes. That way they won't have such a dramatic drop-off if Russell Westbrook leaves the floor.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Westbrook kicks to George. And there's the pass to Anthony. Got a piece of it. Outside, Redick. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
In the corner, it's Westbrook. The dish to Anthony. Over Sharch, and Anthony gets it to go. Anthony's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, well, when Melo is locked in, it really doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do short of fouling him that's going to disrupt his rhythm.
Here's Sharch. Gets to the corner and buries it. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Screen by Adams. Off the pick. Offensive rebound. Pass to Roberson. He feeds it to Westbrook. A second chance effort. Rebound by the 76ers.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Sharch passes to Embiid. Outside, Redick. Simmons against George. Here's Sharch, and the 76ers tack on 2 more. Westbrook with it. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Outside Anthony. Over to the wing. Adams wide open. And that one's off. And this is his first shot of the game. Simmons dishes to Redick. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Redick's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Anthony. It's blocked.
And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with blocks like that.
Now here's Sharch. Really struggled in the loss against Minnesota. Here's Embiid, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Anthony's got 7.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Embiid the screen. Fultz kicks to Redick. Embiid sets the pick for Redick. Shot clock at 6. Screen by Sharch. Redick can't get that one to fall.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Right block shot. Adams the pass to Roberson. Anthony kicks to Westbrook. From deep. He can't get that one to fall. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. We're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup tonight. These two teams will only face off twice all season.
Well, so you want to make these opportunities count, right? Since they don't see each other often, it's going to be an intriguing battle.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry. And Paul George kind of made it known of his desire to leave for LA after this season, but big risk for the Thunder to make that move and trade for him.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Amir Johnson's checked in for Joel Embiid. Justin Anderson comes in for Simmons. Jared Bayless is checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. And for Paul George, who knows what the future holds for him, but Greg, he is a great fit, it would seem, for the Thunder.
Listen, you give the Thunder another star to pair with Westbrook, and they're taking a leap of faith here with George.
It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Outside, Felton. Outside for George. Over Anderson. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Felton. And it's 7 points for George.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a must that you contest Paul George, especially from the mid-range. This is a dominant shooter from there.
Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Felton. Johnson up top. Johnson the screen. They need this. Here's Sharch. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Sharch has got 8.
I'll tell you, good things always come when you've got players who work hard for second chance opportunities.
Felton dishes to George. Back to Felton. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Aprinas, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Philadelphia.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years, and a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
And the first one drops. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they've found their treasure trove.
And the 76ers making a change here. Covington's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Dishes it to Bayless. Johnson goes in. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
Back to Brewer. Outside, Felton. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Taken away by Felton. Oh, and here comes Felton all alone. Finished off the break. And it's a 7-point Oklahoma City lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Kicks it to Bayless. Anderson outside. Covington, a screen on Patterson. McConnell in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Covington. Shoots over Patterson. Covington with the bucket.
Yeah, the assist has to go to the screen on that play. Gave him all the room he needed to rise and fire.
And here is Felton. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. Out to the right wing. Here's Brewer. Here's Collison. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
They set the pick. Pass to McConnell. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Collison's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Brewer. And the layup's good off the glass. Brewer's got his first bucket in this one.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Now, here's McConnell. Not a lot of room. Now Brewer. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
McConnell kicks to Johnson. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Johnson's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, that's a really smooth release from Amir Johnson. This guy, nice work in the mid-range.
Outside, Felton. Feeds to Patterson. Back to Felton. Over McConnell. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Here's Aprinas. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Now the feed to Bayless. Back to McConnell. To the middle. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, he's listed at 6'9", but to me, Amir Johnson plays a lot bigger. You know, he's a good shot blocker, and if you look at the advanced metrics, he's one of the most disruptive forces at the rim in the NBA.
Two shots.
That one is off. And Amir Johnson able to defend 4s and 5s. Doris, where do you think he's better?
Well, I think the most important thing, Kev, is that you love that versatility. Because he can move his feet on the perimeter and he's a presence at the rim, that's huge value in the NBA today because of the way bigs are now stretching the floor.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
I think the thing you like about Amir Johnson, he's extremely versatile. He's a big man with nice touch from the perimeter and a genuine tough guy.
Here's Aprinas. 8 points his last outing. Fast break Philadelphia, pushing it up. Here's Anderson. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. McConnell's got 3 assists now in this one.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
And so here is Oklahoma City. They lead by 7. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Covington's shot is off. Here's Felton. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Over McConnell. And no good trying to get that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. Thunder lead by 7. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And power forward Patrick Patterson. getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I mean, so far that they're not settling for outside shots, really attacking the paint.
I think that's what you've got to do, right? If the looks on the interior are there, you have got to attack.
Robert Covington out there with Johnson. Then there's Anderson, and it's T.J. McConnell, and it's Bayless in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Now, here's Felton. He dishes it to Patterson. On the wing, Brewer, defended by Anderson. Patterson, that's good.
Well, we talk about not wasting any time. How about Patrick Patterson on the catch and shoot?
To the paint, it's taken away by Collison. And oh, here we go. Felton's got it, the fast break chance. Tries to keep it alive. And now Philadelphia on the break. Rejected by Collison.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Abrinas' shot is off. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Anderson. Redick comes in for Jared Bayless. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook comes in for Raymond Felton. Now here's Fultz. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Outside, Redick. 6 on the shot clock. 17-foot shot on the way.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Brewer's shot is off.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
Well, J.J. Redick had quite the interesting free agency period. Greg, ultimately, he signs with the 76ers on a huge one-year, $23 million deal.
Yeah, and this is the team that wanted him. Great fit with his shooting, something that they obviously needed. And Redick had a lot of suitors, but he saw something developing with this young Philly core.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
And J.J. Redick with the prototype when it comes to his release point on that jump shot. So quick off the catch. Always has his feet set and squared and ready to deliver that dagger.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Philadelphia. The Thunder also changing it up. Anthony's checked in for Patterson. And it's Roberson in for Alex Abrinas. Hey, Greg, with Redick, that great shooting form he has is one of the reasons his game has aged so well.
And a lot of people wondered if Redick would be able to last in the NBA when he was drafted. Might have one of the longest careers of that draft class. Just keeps producing at any age.
Now here's Covington. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. But they get it back.
That three-pointer is good almost every time if he's left that wide open.
Over to the left wing. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Roberson the pass to Anthony. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. Redick is in the corner. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And now just a 2-point Oklahoma City lead. Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Westbrook with it. Outguarded by Simmons. It's stolen by Fultz. One-on-one fast break. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats. And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
That's good from Simmons. Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
Doors with every team looking to spread the floor, get that space. Most big men are being asked to increase their range. Is the practice time going into that taking away from working, for instance, on other fundamentals that a big guy should be working on?
Here's how you know this is for real. When you hear Dwight Howard talking about the fact that this guy is going to spend an entire summer trying to develop the range because he wants to extend his playing career.
Sure.
Dwight Howard at one time was the single most dominant back-to-the-basket low post center. They surrounded him with shooters. They put him in pick and roll, and he was an absolute monster. You know what? I don't know if it'll take away from the other fundamentals for the center. I do know that the role of center has drastically changed in the NBA.
Here's Embiid after Ben Simmons' bucket, and Embiid gets it to go.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. And for the Sixers, a lot of missed rookie seasons over the years. First Nerlens Noel, then Joel Embiid, now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but in many cases, I think they drafted them knowing they might be out of commission for a while. Still, I think the Philly fans probably hope not to hear the phrase foot fracture for a long time. Hopefully, they can keep everybody healthy and get this thing moving forward.
Now, here's Redick. He's got 8. And Embiid is right there. Embiid's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Westbrook dishes to Adams. George against Simmons. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one on Embiid.
And then, Kevin, we see Paul George just understands how to use his length and his size. He is such a tough cover close to the basket. Well, if you think back to last season, guys, the narrative was that Russell Westbrook had 0 help on this roster. To be completely honest, I thought it was unfair to the pieces that were around Russell Westbrook and the job they did playing their roles to exactly the standard this organization wanted.
He doesn't get the second one. And what the fans are saying is that Westbrook, Doris, just needs more help around him.
Well, certainly the acquisition of Paul George should relieve some pressure on Russell Westbrook because now he's teamed along yet another superstar.
Now, here is George. Following the missed shot by Dario Saric. Westbrook kicks to Anthony. The Thunder with another miss.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Saric, that's good.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for Philadelphia.
And the one thing that jumps out at me when you look at that shot chart is just how little scoring they get from out above the free throw line extended 3-point range. They've got to get more points from out high if they want to improve their offense.
A nice shot by George.
Yeah, Paul George very confident down on the low block. He positions himself well to get off any shot he wants.
Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. Saric passes to Embiid. It's hauled in by Adams.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg, especially when the ball was that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
Boy, if he decides to penetrate into the teeth of the defense, you know something exciting could happen.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Westbrook. Screen by Sharch. Fultz with a screen for Simmons. There's a screen. Embiid dishes to Redick. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The free throw drops for Redick. Of course, I didn't know this. You grew up the youngest of 8 children. In what way, if any, did that help you develop the competitive edge you've been known for throughout your terrific career?
You know, I had 4 older brothers, and we played sports my entire life. I picked up the game of basketball at 7, and if you didn't have a little toughness with 4 brothers trying to compete against them, you were going to be in some trouble. So this game has been absolutely great to me.
And I'm sure you remember the first time you picked up a basketball and dribbled a basketball.
No question about it, Kevin. 7 years old, running through some hedges like I was coming out of a locker room. It was special.
Here's Roberson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Clock at 4. It's Westbrook with the drive.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
Here's Simmons. It's deflected. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
And they continue to control the glass.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
You know, no surprise to see the hoop and the harm. Melo with the beautiful touch.
And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
The free throw off from Anthony.
You know, Carmelo Anthony, problematic for the defense. He spends so much time at the line, keeps you on a string.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Thunder trailing by 8. Here's Roberson. 9 points last game out. Screen by Adams. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Now here's Westbrook. He's covered closely. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9. Now here's Fultz. He's got 5. Embiid the screen. And the wide open shot from Redick. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one's on Anthony.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
The 76ers have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in Season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. You know, he came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
Good. That's 12 points for Paul George.
Well, there's no quit in Paul George's game. Sticking with the possession, rewarded because of his hustle.
McConnell kicks to Embiid. Screen by Sharch. McConnell passes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and the dunk caps it off.
Yeah, run your offense with that kind of precision. Not much anyone can do to stop it.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Philadelphia gets called for the foul.
And T.J. McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona, but he caught on with the Sixers, and I tell you what, made an immediate impact. Standing at about 6'2" and just over 200 pounds. He brings that physicality at the defensive end of the floor.
And he knocks down the first one. And Greg, you were a defensive-minded guard. Do you see any similarities to what McConnell brings to the table?
You know, I love his toughness. He's got quick feet, a strong lower base, and, you know, he gets into you, and he racks up his fair share of steals because of it.
Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
Here's Sharch. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Passes it to George. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
All right, a chance here to check out the stats for Paul George. His last 10 games have been exceptional. He's around 18 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
Now, here's McConnell following the shot by Patrick Patterson. Sharch. Again, the miss by Sharch. Thunder trailing by 4. Felton kicks to Abrinas. Johnson with some nice D.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
George with the ball. A 23-point game for him in the win against Indiana.
Well, in addition to the scoring, he found ways to initiate contact from the defense and get himself to the line. The defense clearly frustrated, trying to get a way to stop him.
Here's McConnell. Buries the jumper to finish the break. McConnell's got the lead up to 8 now for Philadelphia. Oklahoma City has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. George against Anderson. Patterson dishes to Collison. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
The pass to Bayless. The dish now to Anderson. Screen by Sharch. Puts up a 3. Anderson can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 6. Outside, George. Patterson setting the pick for George. Out to the right wing. It's good from long range. Patterson's got 5.
Well, just the ability to have the kind of vision that Paul George has, exceptional at getting his teammates the basketball.
Now here's Bayless. He's coming off a 10-point game against Minnesota. Anderson against George. It's Anderson with the drive. Thunder with the rebound.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
And I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
It's good.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's good basketball. You have to get a little creative against the big man, but I love his initiative.
Now, here is George. He's got 14. Here's Patterson. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's the screen from about 19 feet. And that one comes up a bit short. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Philadelphia ahead. They lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
I think we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. That's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. The first quarter didn't play out the way Philadelphia had hoped. They gave themselves a lot of work to do by letting the deficit get to as many as 9 points in the period. They were much more effective once the second quarter got underway, rallying to turn their deficit into a 3-point halftime lead. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can tell that they've been putting their body on and being more physical than the other team. Now, that fact looms large on both sides, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots, gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible those guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, if you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
The skyline of Philadelphia looking especially majestic tonight as we welcome you back to action. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Anthony out there with Paul George, and it's Adams in at the center. And George, here we go. Simmons against George. Screen by Saric. Simmons passes to Saric. Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Westbrook. Here's Saric. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Robertson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Anthony. Here's Adams. That shot off. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers leading by 3. Screen by Saric. And Redick kicks to Saric. And Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Philadelphia shooting a mediocre 41% in this one.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's 7 points for Markelle Fultz.
And Fultz isn't bashful inside. He feels at ease shooting in the paint.
Anthony dishes to Westbrook. And Embiid with the block.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Simmons passes to Redick. And Simmons kicks to Fultz. Clock at 6. Left side, Saric. Over Anthony. Offensive rebound. Simmons tries again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Gotta admire the hard work by Simmons. A genius at drawing contact.
You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster.
The first free throw is good. The 76ers making a switch here. Covington's checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Corey Brewer's checked in for George. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Doors with every team now having shooters who can space the floor is such an important part of their offense. Who are some of the best players at taking advantage of that with the dribble drive?
Well, there's certain guys who you sit there and say, there's no way I'd ever want to be a lone defender in transition trying to deal with the ferocity of a Russell Westbrook drive, the absolute majesty of Kyrie Irving's handle, the combination of strength and athleticism of LeBron James. I just want to tell those defenders, you better step back, boys, and get out of the way.
You know, you make such a great point. As much as I admire the three-point shooting of Steph or Clay and the majesty of LeBron, the dribbling ability of Kyrie Irving to me is absolutely jaw-dropping.
This guy does not have explosive athleticism. It's a product of clearly somebody who has always had the basketball in his hands. It's majesty in motion.
And Philadelphia has possession, following the score by Oklahoma City. Embiid sets the pick to Simmons. Brewer with the steal. To the inside. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And let's take this opportunity to show you the most productive rookie rebounders of the last 10 games. 5th on the list, Ben Simmons.
He is showing a willingness to get in there and get physical. I mean, the coaches have to be pleased with his tenacity in the interior.
Now here's Fultz. He has 7 outside. Redick hits it from three-point range. Redick's got 13.
Yeah, his instincts are on display here. Fultz, a really good passer, excels at setting up teammates for easy looks.
Westbrook dishes to Brewer. Anthony nowhere around. Anthony missing again. The 76ers leading by 3. Simmons passes to Fultz. He feeds it to Covington. And here's Fultz. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Taken away by Anthony. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Good on the bucket. He's got 12.
Oh, nice defense there by Anthony, creating the transition opportunity. Terrific heads-up play.
Taken away by Anthony. Goes up, and Westbrook throws it down. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Pass to Covington. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for Philadelphia.
When it rains, it pours. These threes aren't easy. I mean, he's draining them from all over. Quite often, there's a hand in his face or a defender closing out right at him, but every time he's looked as cool as ever and found the bottom of the net.
He's off on the first.
You think about what Coach Billy Donovan has had to deal with in terms of his roster makeup in his tenure in Oklahoma City. You begin with Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka, then you lose both those guys after your first year, and now you add Paul George. Through it all, Billy has been able to keep this team competitive. Boy, the missed free throw there keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Back to Westbrook. Here's Adams. And he overshot that one, missing.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Stolen by Westbrook. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And for a while, you had to wonder how Russell Westbrook would play if he was the standalone leader of a team.
What we found out is Russell Westbrook is now an MVP. This guy was the unquestioned leader of the team, and I thought the entire group reflected his intensity on the court.
One shot.
That's good from Westbrook. Well, the Thunder are not one of the best shooting teams from outside. We know that. They know their strength of their offense, Doris, lies in their ability to attack the rim and get shots in the paint.
Right, because you have to consider the Thunder last year were last in the NBA in three-point percentage, yet second in the league in points in the paint. So when they are able to get inside on a team, that is when they are at their most dangerous. I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest the shot.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 14. Left side, Redick. Three-pointer. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 5th assist in this one.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
You're just assuming at this point every shot he takes, it's going to go in. What a shooting performance.
Here's Roberson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. No good. This number 7, he's made 8 from the field. Simmons dishes to Covington. Embiid wide open. Again, Philadelphia.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
You know, Greg, what a luxury to have a guy with size who can make that shot.
Here's Roberson. Screen by Adams. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist from Roberson. Roberson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the 3rd quarter so far. Fultz the pass to Covington. This is to Fultz. Outside, Simmons. To the paint. Here's Embiid. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Listen, he's been a key component of their offense tonight. Efficient and effective.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You look at J.J. Redick. What a contribution.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit the impact this guy's having from three-point range. They've got to dedicate more resources to their perimeter D.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Anderson comes in for Simmons. Jared Bayless is checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nick Collison's checked in for Adams. Patterson comes in for Anthony. Alex Abrinas is checked in for Roberson. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. Now here's Bayless. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Brewer with the ball. Working on Anderson. And it's Abrinas in the corner. No good from outside. Philadelphia's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Covington kicks to McConnell. The kick out to Anderson. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Collison dishes to Brewer.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Felton. His last 10 games, he's getting around 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. The 76ers have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. And Bayless kicks to McConnell. That one wide left. Oklahoma City has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, a convincing finish by Patrick Patterson, giving us a demonstration of the kind of power he has at his disposal.
Kicks it to Bayless. Anderson outside. Pass to McConnell. 5 on the clock. Charity stripe shot. And off the front iron, and in it goes. McConnell's got his second bucket of the night. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Here's Patterson, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton's got his 3rd assist on the night. Pass to McConnell. Now here's Bayless. Defense right on him. High post try. Connects. The jumper drops. And the 76ers lead by 1. Oklahoma City shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Right side, Felton. Abrinas the pass to Patterson. Outside Collison. Lets it go from deep. Abrinas' shot is off.
The defense not doing its job there. Left him wide open, and I'm sure he's kicking himself for not cashing in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Outside Felton. Patterson down low. Defended by Covington. Patterson can't get it to go. Now here's Anderson. Covered by Brewer. Anderson kicks to McConnell. Johnson the screen. To the middle. Up off the screen. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity. He's 0 of 2 at the line in this one. Sharch is checked in for Robert Covington. Paul George, he's checked in for the Thunder. And that one falls for Johnson. 1:24 left here in the third quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Abrinas the pass to Collison. So nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Felton.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Here's McConnell. He kicks to Bayless. Johnson against Collison. Anderson outside. 6 to shoot. Johnson with a screen on Collison. It's hauled in by Collison. Collison's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to be on Saric.
What a terrific take to the rim. Paul George is just giving it to the defense right now. Tenacious on that drive.
The Thunder have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Two shots.
The first one falls. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nick Collison. Both shots good from the stripe. Philadelphia's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Anderson outside. Shot from 12. Basket good. Anderson's got 6 points.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Outside Felton. There's a screen. And George with the stuff.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
Here's Saric. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. It's all tied in Philadelphia. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep the ball moving, extra pass, attack, pass, and play, okay?
Billy Donovan enjoying the activity his team is showing, the motion of his offense, just wants to see more of it.
Yeah, they're working together well. The key now is to try to do it consistently throughout the rest of this evening.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. They've got Anderson. Johnson is out there with Dario Saric. Then it's Jared Bayless. And it's McConnell in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. First one falls for him. So Johnson hits 2 of them. And here now the Thunder. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. And George, here we go. No good that time. Johnson with the defensive effort. And Anderson kicks to McConnell. Feeds to Bayless. Johnson the screen. The pass to Saric. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And the 76ers lead by 4.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
Here's Bayless. Paul George making his last shot. And Bayless kicks to Saric. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Now McConnell. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bayless.
I'll tell you, they've had to look elsewhere for their scoring, and they've gotten it. This guy has had very little impact on the game offensively.
And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Kevin, this is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
Greg, the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him, and he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Anderson, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jared Bayless. George, no good on the free throw. Philadelphia shooting in this game 45%. Simmons on the wing. Pass to McConnell. Charge, just screen on Westbrook. McConnell kicks to Johnson. George against Simmons. Over George. And that one hits back iron.
Boy, the mid-range becomes slightly more difficult when the defense is as active as they are there.
Westbrook dishes to Patterson to take the lead. Here's Adams. They set the pick. And there's the feed to Patterson. To the left wing. No one near Felton as he lets it go. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, Felton definitely likes getting open from beyond the arc. A solid perimeter scorer.
Here's McConnell. Redick with the 3. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. At the top of the key, Westbrook. No good from outside. The 76ers trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
They get it back. And he gets the bucket. Johnson's got 4 this quarter.
Amir Johnson, an intense player, someone who hits the glass with absolute ferocity.
Patterson, the screen. Adams, the pass to Westbrook. There's a good screen. And he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Now here's Redick, and Simmons kicks to Redick. Saric with the screen for Redick. Redick can't get that one to fall.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he's not going to do it with those kinds of shots.
Patterson, that's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The 76ers trail. Now, here's McConnell. Screen by Saric. Here's Simmons. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And when Simmons is taking it strong to the cup, he's looking for a foul. Love this guy's aggressive.
That's good from Simmons. Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. And then for Oklahoma City, Carmelo Anthony comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Andre Robertson in for Raymond Felton. Good on both. The Thunder leading by 3. Westbrook kicks to George. Anthony dishes to Westbrook. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Goes up at the stripe. Can't hit that one. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Redick for 3. And the 76ers get it back.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Well, you talk about the very definition of what a defensive specialist is, Doris, and that is Andre Robertson.
Right. What you love about Robertson is he can match up with multiple positions on the defensive end. One thing you worry about, obviously, is teams when he is on the offensive end, they're going to give him a lot of shots because he's yet to prove he can consistently knock those down.
That free throw missing. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Westbrook. Screened by Sharch. The 76ers again can't hit it. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Poked loose. Embiid with the steal. And here we go. Fultz heading to the basket. And finished off by Fultz.
Well, you gotta love just the attack mentality of Fultz. Always getting after it on D. Skilled at taking the ball away from the opposition.
Now here's Anthony. Looking to get it going. And the layup is good. And the Thunder lead by 3.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Westbrook. Baseline jumper, and the shot falls short this time. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. George passes to Adams. George against Simmons. The shot by George, no good. Philadelphia shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Embiid the screen. Here's Fultz. Embiid. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th and even 50%. And again, it's Carmelo Anthony. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
Now, just such a high percentage look, but with Melo, it's almost just a given. Tough to stop.
Fultz with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Sharch. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. There's the dish to Carmelo. And it's blocked.
And love how high Fultz gets on these rejections, utilizing his terrific length to spike shots back.
Here's Robertson. Puts up a 3.
And how active has Fultz been on D? Not giving his man an inch. Effective at crowding shooters.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His second triple tonight.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the 4th. Right around 46, 47%. Here's the screen. Westbrook drives in. Look at that jam.
Get out of the way. My goodness, is there anything better than watching Westbrook hammer at home? My goodness gracious, Russell.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Fultz. And Embiid throws throws it down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Yeah, he saw he had a huge opportunity to help his team. Score is tight-knit, and he comes through.
Fultz with the ball. Down low to take the lead, and Embiid finishes inside. Embiid's got 10 points here in the second half. Simmons against George. He dishes it to Westbrook. Out to the right wing. George against Simmons. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Embiid.
Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
Throw good, Paul George. 76ers trailing. Here's Fultz. Charge outside. Simmons with it. Now defended by Adams. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Simmons for 3. The Thunder pull it in. Anthony's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's George. And Embiid with the block. It's stolen by Sharks. Redick for 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's Westbrook. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And one thing you have to say about Russell Westbrook, he is an absolute star. I mean, the type of player you can build around and win with. Just the total package on the offensive end of the floor.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. The numbers Westbrook put up last season in his MVP run, Greg, just staggering.
And you figured his numbers would get a bump, but I don't think anybody could have expected this guy to average a triple-double. I mean, arguably the most impactful superstar in the league.
Both free throws good from Westbrook.
I think one of the things that makes Russell Westbrook so unique is his hunger. He puts his heart on the line during every possession. Forget every game, every possession.
Now here's Simmons. Outside, Redick. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Redick's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. And Roberson kicks to George. He feeds it to Anthony. Double team on Westbrook. Embiid with the steal. Dishes to Fultz. Redick, a good look. The offensive rebound.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Out to Anthony. Fires the 3. Oklahoma City keeping it alive with the new 24-second shot clock. Now here's Westbrook. Tight defense on him, and the shot is good. Westbrook's got 8 points here in this quarter.
The seasoned veteran, the big shot maker, Russell Westbrook.
Fultz dishes to Charge. Outside, Redick. There's Embiid. And Westbrook pulls it down. Oklahoma City has gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
There's not a doubt in the building who they were going to look for the score, and that's Carmelo Anthony delivering again.
Philadelphia shooting for the game at 42%. Simmons passes to Reddick. Charge, just screen on Anthony. Kicks to Embiid. Reddick for three. Another three for Philadelphia.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
For three, Westbrook. Another shot. The shot by Anthony, no good. The 76ers lead it. Here's Simmons. The rebound by Paul George. Right side, Westbrook.
Connects! And this atmosphere is bananas.
No doubt. You love seeing him knock down the clutch basket.
Now here's Saric. And here's Embiid. Rebounded by Anthony. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
George double teamed. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. The kick out to Westbrook. Jacks up a three. That one misses. Now the 76ers take it the other way. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
Partner, how about the maturation of Fultz? Just exciting to watch. You get the sense he lives for these moments.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 1. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
You'd think they want to do everything they can to get it to their hot hand.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. Pass to Roberson. Feeds to Westbrook. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Saric.
I love the ferocity with which Russell Westbrook plays. The defense has no choice but to put him at the line.
Two shots.
First free throw is good, and that ties the game up. Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw. And Philadelphia calls time here. Embiid dishes to Fultz. No good. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one as we watch this one go now to overtime. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Thunder. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Anthony out there with Steven Adams. And it's George in at the 3, the small forward.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Fultz the pass to Saric. And yes, it's good.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
And that one falls from Saric. Oklahoma City trailer. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. In the corner, George with it. Pass to Adams. No good. Good D by Embiid. Philadelphia shooting for the game at 42%. Simmons left side. On the corner. The Thunder pull it in.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Oh, my goodness. Russell Westbrook twice on the pipe sends that shot back. My goodness.
Here's Robertson. Here's Adams. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Adams has got 4 points this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Fultz gets it to go.
I'll tell you guys, what a delivery on that lead pass. He puts it right where his teammate can go get it.
Outside Westbrook. He kicks it to Carmelo. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Saric.
You know, he's so tough to defend without fouling. Melo puts the defenders in tough spots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Anthony. Just about 2 minutes in now to this overtime period. What a game. Fultz kicks to Saric. Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Westbrook. Embiid, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten off to a little bit of a slow start from the field in overtime. Just 2 of 6 so far. Offensive rebound. Robertson gets the bucket.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Here's Saric. And Robertson pulls it down. Roberson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Adams, right wing. Outside Westbrook. It's stolen by Saric. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, just great. Whenever Simmons takes over a possession like that, what a killer instinct.
It's tipped. Now Fultz. Now the pass to Saric. Here's the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
I'll tell you, that's nice work, right? You move, you get into space on the perimeter, and you knock down the three.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten cold at the wrong time. They've gone 3 of 9 from the field since the end of regulation. Double team on Westbrook. It'll be the Thunder off the tip, and away we go here with post-regulation basketball. From deep, George, that's in there. Anthony with the assist. That's 28 points for George. The 76ers have gotten off to a 4-for-8 start from the field in overtime. Embiid against Adams. Embiid drives in. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. First free throw is good, and that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Well, you knew he was going to come through there. The more that's riding on it, the better he seems to be.
Westbrook kicks to George. Pass to Anthony, and stolen by Simmons. And he finished it off with a layup. Simmons got 20.
And Simmons, just such a gifted player, someone who is mentally strong in these situations.
George with the screen on Simmons. Robertson dishes to George. Adams sets the pick for George. The feed now to Westbrook. Takes a three. Connects! A tremendous three to tie it up.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Timeout called the 76ers. It's stolen by Anthony. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid.
Yeah, you go for the steal, but at least you do get the deflection.
Well, Greg, you make them reset their offense, right? It's disrupting their rhythm.
Westbrook double team. The dish to Robertson. Right side Westbrook. And the three off target. And the 76ers with possession. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shoots the three. It's hauled in by George. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
Timeout called the 76ers. Simmons passes to Fultz. He dishes it to Sharnish. And Redick kicks to Embiid. Ooh, offline. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. thought we might wrap it up in regulation. Then it looked like overtime number 1 might yield a winner. But instead, the overtime periods are piling up. And guys, still no winner yet. And here now the Thunder. It's George on the wing. And George with the stuff.
I'll tell you, that's the speed of Paul George on the drive. Amazing attack on the rim.
Now here's Simmons. There's a good screen. Sharch with the screen for Simmons. Shoots over Patterson. Off the left rim and out. The Thunder with the lead. Robertson dishes to Westbrook. On the wing, George. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Embiid.
Well, Westbrook can be a pass-first mentality when necessary. How about the recognition from the crafty guard?
Fultz, he's checked in for Philadelphia.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Throw good, Paul George. The 76ers trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Fultz the pass to Reddick. Embiid the screen. The drive by Reddick. And Adams sends it back. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Pushing it up. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers shooting the ball at 42%. Up top, Simmons. Defended by George. They get it back. It's stolen by Adams. For the 3. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from Robertson. And that's now 33 points for Russell Westbrook. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Now here's Fultz. Screen by Sharch. Fultz with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Reddick for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Outside Westbrook. He feeds it to Adams. Screen by Adams. And George kicks to Patterson. Dishes it to Adams. And Adams with the slam. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 22 rebounds.
Yeah, this is why Adams is such a high percentage shooter. If he gets close to the rim, he's going to finish with authority.
Fultz the pass to Simmons. Screen by Sharch. Embiid. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
A steady screen set on that play, and the defense disappears. Nice communication between teammates to make that play work.
Westbrook dishes to Adams. Kicks it to Robertson. Now here's Westbrook. Defense is right there. Robertson can't hit.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Reddick with the bucket.
I love how Simmons sets the floor. So good at spotting his teammates for high percentage shots.
To the left side wing. Here's Westbrook. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Embiid. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And Philadelphia making a change here. Anderson's checked in. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Anthony's checked in for the Thunder. so he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Boy, those free throws add a nice cushion to their lead.
Reddick setting the pick for Fultz. Feeds to Reddick. Anderson a screen on Westbrook. Here's Simmons, and it's sent back by George.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipes.
Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Justin Anderson. On the free throw, no good. Fultz kicks to Reddick. Holmes has a screen. Second shot opportunity. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Simmons.
And really, Simmons makes it look so easy. The way he's attacking defenses from multiple angles is really just commendable.
Now, here's George. George double teamed. And Adams kicks to George. Shot clock at 5. And here's Westbrook from the arc. The shot's good on the assist by George. Westbrook's got 38 points.
And definitely playing the opponent, but also they're playing against the clock.
No, you're absolutely right. It's not impossible to catch up, but it is a tall order right now.
Simmons missing again. Here's Oklahoma City now. They've led by as much as 10. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Anthony in the corner. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on J.J. Redick.
Oh, nice use of the up fake there. Melo got him to bite.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Johnson, he's checked in for the 76ers. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Simmons missing again.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
And Roberson kicks to Anthony. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Thunder lead by 9.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
And here's Covington from the arc. Thunder with the rebound.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They'd used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time